Hi, I'm Daniel.
And I'm the Crypt Keeper's second cousin twice removed, Cooper. And we're with Long Branch Co.
And today we're going to show you how we carve pumpkins. This is my first time doing this, so I had to get me an American to show me how to do it.
Yep, that's right. Believe it or not, Daniel has never carved a pumpkin before. So we're gonna have to do a nice little pumpkin carving 101. So obviously, first step, get your pumpkins.
Get your pumpkins.
Get your pumpkins, yeah. We have two absolutely glorious models here for us today.
I know, they're very voluptuous.
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 Very charming.
Very
voluptuous.
Charming, very pretty.
The first thing you do after you get your pumpkins is you just want to clean them.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, it seems pretty
self-explanatory,
but truly, like, you do want to make sure that they are cleaned off, dried off, because any like dirt, mud, it gets in the way.
Okay, okay.
So I'm just gonna get ourselves our little rag and our little bowl of water here, and we're just gonna clean off the little pumpkins. Give them a little bath.
Okay.
Baptize them.
So just like this?
Just like that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now you're gonna clean mine too?
I clean yours too?
Yeah.
So I do all the work?
Yeah.
Marry an American, they sin. It'll be fun, they sin.
This is the fun of it. This is your first time doing it, so you have to make sure that you do it right.
Okay.
Oh, you missed a spot.
Oh.
Thanks.
Okay, so we clean the pumpkins.
Great.
Now what?
Okay, so now, first thing you want to do is you want to open this up, and you obviously want to scoop out all of the guts, all of the innards. So,
Okay.
now, the way most people do it is they normally cut it from the top.
Okay.
And you can do that. I mean, technically it's easier in the name of emptying it out, but if you want to, you could also flip it upside down and cut it from the bottom.
I don't know, whatever you want. This is
Well, the reason I like to do it from the bottom sometimes is because it keeps the top looking pretty, it keeps it looking perfect, and that way it doesn't look as rotten later on when time goes on. It's more difficult to empty it out if you cut it from the bottom, but it looks better in the end, in my opinion.
Okay.
So why don't you do yours from the top?
Okay.
And I'll do mine from the bottom.
Okay.
Obviously, you need some tools. You don't need the best tools in the world. Usually growing up, I always just use whatever we had in our kitchen, like steak knives and toothpicks, things like that.
You used to do this when you were a kid?
Yeah, I used to do this all the time when I was a kid.
Oh,
every
really?
year.
That's
Yes.
fun.
Yeah, Halloween's my favorite holiday. It's my favorite time of year, and I always look forward to doing this every single year.
I'm glad we're sharing this.
Instead of using like steak knives and like just things around the house, like I used to do more so growing up, I went out and I got us some of these tools. You can get them from like your local Walmart store,
Grocery store.
pretty much grocery store, wherever. And this was like a $5 set, and it includes like 2 different carvers. It includes a scoop for your guts. It includes a marker. Pretty much everything that you could need.
Okay. So just like this?
Well, yeah, so first you basically want to just like carve a hole in it. Now you want it to be big enough that you can reach into easily, but not so big that it like takes up all the space of the pumpkin. So you got it. Now I'm gonna do mine from the bottom.
This is fun.
This is fun.
So much fun.
There she is. Now, I'm actually gonna go get a trash can. And we're just gonna set it in here just for ease. Got it. Wonderful. Here comes the part that you're probably dreading the most,
Yeah.
which is the gutting portion, the scooping out. So you have these scoopers. I usually just did it with my hands growing up, but these really work really well. These really work really well just because you can go in and you can scoop the sides easier. Now, before you start de-gutting everything too much, here's what my suggestion is. So growing
Can I
up,
put this in there?
yeah, go go ahead. So growing up, what we like to do was we would separate the seeds from the pumpkin and we would roast them. It's a nice snack.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yes, you do, because
By hand?
Yes, it's okay. So it's really not that hard. So typically you get yourself a bowl or even a colander or something like that, and you can kind of just put your seeds in, and then you just throw the guts away.
Okay.
And it's super easy. Like, you just kind of string them out as you go.
So we get to eat something that we're working with.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like reduce, reuse, recycle. We're kind of making it a little harder on ourselves by separating the seeds, but it's so worth it in the end. Listen, later tonight you're gonna be eating some of these pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna make different flavors. I do cinnamon, I do garlic, just regular salt and pepper. They're so good. I eat the heck out of these things.
So these are called jack-o'-lanterns.
What we are making are called jack-o'-lanterns, yes. And
Okay,
the name...
it's not just a pumpkin,
no,
whatever.
No,
okay.
they're called jack-o'-lanterns.
Okay, so why do we even, like, why do we do this? What do y'all, like, what is the, tell me the history behind this.
So it's actually pretty interesting. A lot of different cultures used to carve vegetables around this time of the year, like harvest time typically.
For fun or just, or for what?
Usually spiritual reasons,
Okay.
but the practice as we know it goes back to Ireland.
Okay.
And the story goes, in Ireland, there was this man named Stingy Jack.
Stingy Jack.
Yes. And he invited the devil, because, you know, Ireland was a very Catholic country, still is, but he invited the devil over for a drink at a bar.
Okay.
And so he got the devil a drink, and they were drinking and then talking, and everything's fine. But when it came time to pay, the devil thought Stingy Jack was going to pay. Stingy Jack was not going to pay. So...
Well, how rude of Stingy Jack.
I know, it's like his namesake. You would think, you know,
If you invite somebody for a drink,
you buy it
you
for
pay.
him. Yeah.
We're from the South.
Yeah, we're from the South, baby. Well, anyways, because they didn't have the money, Stingy Jack convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin to pay the barkeep for the drink. And Jack was like, once we pay, you can transform back to your normal self and we'll be good and we won't have spent any money. It'll be a fun trick. So the devil transformed into a coin, but instead of paying for the drinks, Stingy Jack put the devil coin in his pocket where he had a cross rosary necklace, whatever. But basically it made it to where the devil could not transform
Back
into
to
the devil. Yes. Well, eventually Jack let him go because it was supposed to be like a trick or whatever, hee hee ha ha. But the devil got angry.
Okay.
So, because...
I see where this is going. Okay, tell me.
Okay. So, because Stingy Jack was bad in life, he wasn't going to get into heaven. And because he made the devil angry, the devil's like, you don't belong in hell either. So, Stingy Jack was forced to roam for all eternity across the earth. And the only thing he was given to light his way was a lump of coal that was on fire.
Okay.
So what Jack did was he found a turnip.
What's a turnip?
A turnip?
What's a turnip?
Like a root vegetable. It's like a vegetable.
Turnip. Okay,
a
gotcha.
turnip, yeah, turnip. So he hollowed out a vegetable and he put the coal in there like a lantern, and that's how he walked his way through everything. So that's where we get the name Jack-o'-lantern. So because of that story, a lot of people in Ireland would get turnips as well, and they would carve faces into them or carve them out.
So the original wasn't a pumpkin, it was a turnip.
It was a turnip, yes. So they originally used to carve out the turnips and leave them by doorways or windowsills to keep Stingy Jack and other evil spirits away.
Huh.
Pumpkins didn't really start getting used as jack-o'-lanterns until the Irish started to immigrate over to the US, because pumpkins are naturally from this part of the world. They're not in Ireland.
Oh, really?
Really, they're not a natural species of Ireland. So they basically started carving from the vegetables that they had available to them, which just so happened to be pumpkins.
I love that story. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course. From your little Irish boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
And then I have to clean it again, right?
yeah, you just gotta wipe the outside of it, you know, kind of clean her down. She looks all nice and good. Well, we have a few more things to do first.
Okay.
So before we go in too deep. So why don't you put your little hat on?
No.
Isn't that so satisfying? It like fits in perfect. Like,
I know.
oh, I love that.
That is very pretty.
Now that the pumpkins are hollowed out, the outsides are clean, I'm glad you have your bowl over there, because it's tradition that when you carve your first pumpkin, you're supposed to take a big bite of that.
Get out of here.
No, it's true. Honest, I swear. Like, you're honestly supposed to like
Get out of here. Do you really want me to take a bite of this?
You're supposed to. Like, I swear. It's an Irish thing.
Are you gonna pull my leg?
It's good luck. It brings good luck during the harvest season. You're supposed to do it.
Okay. It's really?
Stop. Yes, really.
I don't think I can do this, Cooper.
You can do it. I believe in you. You're just. You don't actually have to do it. You're fine.
Actually, I took a bite. That wasn't too bad though, man.
No. So we're gonna wash up. We're gonna put these in the kitchen, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So we're all cleaned up. Pumpkin seeds are currently drying in the kitchen. Those are gonna be baked later. But now it's time for probably the funnest part, which is the designing and the actual carving.
Yeah, because you were trying to make me eat those guts of pumpkin was not fun.
It was fun for me. So when it comes to the designing a pumpkin, I mean, it really just depends on like difficulty level. So you can kind of just do something freehand. Most people just do the spooky faces and such. Like that's classic.
Okay.
But I also got this little stencil book. Comes with a bunch of different options. You know, like you have skulls, and you have like little spooky ghosts and spiders and cats. You have all these different options.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can do it through a stencil or you can freehand it. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking you want to do like a stencil?
I'll do a stencil. I
Okay.
think that will be, you know, for beginners, like if you've never done this, if you're watching us from Mexico or anywhere else in the world, I think we need a little guide here, you know? So are you gonna do it freehand?
I'm probably gonna do it freehand.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna go for like a classic jack-o'-lantern face.
I think I'll do a classic. I like this one.
Yeah, okay, great.
So I just cut it.
Yeah, so you can just tear out that one. Perfect.
Okay.
Now,
Put my design.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna find the side of the pumpkin that you think looks best. You know, like, do you want it there? Do you want it on the side? Pretty much whatever is displayable.
I think there.
Yeah. Okay, so you just basically need to tape it on.
It's like the tallest side, the biggest side of the pumpkin.
Now, on my pumpkin, I have some sides that are kind of like a little beat up, a little scarred, like right here. So that's gonna be at the back of mine. So I think this is gonna be the front of my pumpkin, right here.
Okay.
Now, what you're gonna wanna do is, you're going to want to grab, like this for instance, this little tool. And you just basically go in and you're just gonna like trace around the black. You don't need to cut all the way through right now. You kind of just need to like,
Trace it up.
like basically make like a dot guideline that you can follow.
Okay.
So me, I'm probably gonna just do freehand. So I'm just gonna have my little marker here, and I'm just gonna see where she takes me. Are you having fun?
Actually, yes.
Were you thinking you weren't going to?
No. I'm always fun when I'm with you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know.
My little freehanding experiment is done. She's not perfect, but it's okay. Neither am I.
I think it's beautiful.
Oh no,
What?
he has a lazy eye.
Oh no. What's his name?
Her name's Lazy Susan.
Lazy Susan?
No, I'm just kidding. No, his tooth fell out. And so, her tooth fell out. Lazy Susan's tooth fell out. And so, I honestly really want to keep the tooth. I mean, you don't have to do it. But what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take a toothpick, and I'm just going to break her in half to make it easy on myself. I'm just going to jam her into place where I want her. She has that little veneer. And then you can kind of just position it on. Now, when the pumpkin starts to like rot or like like oxidize more, you're gonna be able to see that tear in it. But honestly, it's spooky. Let's just live with it. So
Okay, we got it.
So here's my gal, Lazy Susan.
And mine is, what was his name? Louis.
My name is Louis.
Louis.
Let me see. Oh, you turned out good.
Did you expect it any less?
For your first time, I'm so very impressed. Yours looks better than mine.
No, I don't.
So I am, personally, I'm a classic candle boy. Like, I love the idea of just putting like a candle in here. It looks more natural, it looks more authentic. That's just the direction I like to go. But you also have other options if, for instance, like you want to keep it inside, but you don't want to have the candles.
Or fire hazard.
Exactly, it's a fire hazard. Let's call it what it is. So I found these. They're timer string lights.
Oh, okay.
And they're orange. These were like $5. And they're set on a timer, so they turn off automatically after like 12 hours of running, turn back on, battery operated, so they don't have to be plugged into anything. And so I think this is a good alternative if you don't want to use
Candle.
or anything flammable.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use this.
Perfect.
Oh, I forget yours is from the bottom.
Bottom, exactly. So and then
Mine's
here's
from the
yours.
top.
Yep, so let's turn her on.
You
Nice.
see how he doesn't trust me with fire?
I do not. But I would unspool that, kind of like make it big, kind of fill in the space a little bit. You know, you have like several yards to play with.
Okay. It smells yummy. That's pumpkins cooking with that candle.
Exactly. And there you have it. Good old Lazy Susan and Louis.
Louis.
Yep. They're all set and ready to go for Halloween. Yep. These puppies can go like out on the front porch. They can stay
The
inside.
table.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I appreciate sharing our traditions. It's important.
Of course. You know, I mean, I will say this one is just a nice like kid-based activity. You know, it's something that like a lot of kids around the US do growing up. So it's really exciting to be able to kind of like do it as adults and see it like from a new set of eyes.
This is so much fun, and I enjoy spending all this time with you.
Yeah. So would you do this again?
Absolutely, I think we need to make it our little tradition.
Wonderful.
And for public, if you're there, send us pictures of your pumpkins.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to start new traditions with you and even share some of mine with you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Thank you so much for watching two grown men carve some pumpkins.
We hope you enjoy it. We sure did have a blast. It was fantastic being able to spend time together and learn something different from a different culture.
Yeah, definitely. So just stay tuned for more fall and seasonal content that's going to be coming up your way. But until then, I'm Cooper.
And I'm Daniel.
And remember to do things
The Long Branch Way.